often should children use technology? Or how often should they use it, or how much time should they use it throughout the day? It's hard to say because as a teacher, we use technology throughout the day. Granted, we don't use it as long or as much, and I think children should be limited to how much they use technology, even at home. I think it's very important in that children, even though are growing up in this high technology world, they use it way too much. So I'm going to talk about the advantages, disadvantages, and guidelines on how much technology should be used throughout the day. Some advantages are that technology can be used for education purposes. There are plenty of websites and games that help children learn. With that being said, it should be limited. We use technology for games, but we make sure that the children are only using it for 15 minutes at the most. Another advantage is that it is an alternative for how they learn. For instance, as Kids and Screen Time talks about, it says that computers can be used to do research, play online math games, and improve language skills. Now, they should only use that for so long because I think that children could learn other ways besides just using an iPad or a computer. Since we are growing in this technology-based world, it is becoming more common to use iPads and computers for their homework, and that's understandable. Now, some disadvantages for for technology is children are losing lack of sleep, and I know this because some children come to school and they're exhausted, and ask them, well, why are you so tired? And they say, well, we were staying up late playing video games. And I'm like, well, no wonder why you don't want to learn or pay attention in class or do your classwork. And it's frustrating because I know they're tired, but they also need to learn and do their classwork. Another disadvantage would be that we're losing social interaction. They are texting and on their iPads too much, and that's how they're communicating now, and I do not think that's best for children. They should be outside playing with each other, or they should be talking one-on-one, having conversations, instead of just sitting there playing video games and texting or playing on the computer. My last disadvantage is children who are 3 years and younger are even using the iPads and playing on the computer as well. I mean, not as much as older, but they're losing out on their gross motor skills. And the Child Mind Institute says it's not an opportunity for them to use their bodies to explore and to integrate thinking as much as something that involves some physical movement. Instead, they're using these iPads and just swiping instead of maybe using a crayon to color or learning how to cut at an early onset age, which becomes a problem when they do start school in pre-K4. They might not know how to use scissors doing other activities, and that is a big problem. Some guidelines and tips that some parents should read into to help better understand what they do to prevent screen time is that parents should not fear technology, but they should become aware that there are things on the internet that kids should not be watching. And as the digital guideline says, it won't help your child if you set overly restrictive limits to send their message that technology is something to fear. Maybe instead focus on healthy habits that will help stay your child away from hurtful things on the internet. And I know as a parent, it's probably hard to set those restrictions, but just make the child aware of what is on the internet and why they are putting restrictions on certain things because it can harm them. Some guidelines to maybe help the child from doing too much internet would be that maybe y'all can set a time where that y'all can have internet time, and then maybe let them go play outside, or maybe make them read a book, or study a little bit extra. And then after they do that, maybe say, okay, then you can have your internet time. And that will help build structure for them, because kids love structure. Even though they don't know it, they do love it. Also, talking with your child openly about the dangers of what is on the internet and how something can harm them might prevent them going into certain things on the internet. In conclusion, it is safe to say that it's up to the parents how they want to approach how much time they want the children to use. It is really basing off of them. I just want to make everyone aware of how important it is to cut a certain amount of time on their technology, and how we do not want to lose face-to-face interactions with each other, and how we don't want them to lose face interactions with other kids as well. And I hope this helps y'all become more aware of the situation. Thank you.